Yo, what's going on, guys? Cinematic, and I kind of want to talk about something that I've been seeing on the news. I've seen a couple different stories about children being mauled to death by pit bulls and people getting attacked by their own dogs and people's dogs attacking other people and yada yada yada. Every time I see these things, it seems like they always focus on the pit bulls. I have seen other news stories where labs and little dogs and other animals have attacked their owners, children, things like that. I want to clear some things up. There is a big misunderstanding in the world about how pit bulls are aggressive, they're vicious, they can't be trusted, things like that. First of all, I would like to say do not ever buy a pit bull or any other dog for that matter if you are not ready to take the time to learn your dog, learn how to take care of your dog, learn how to make it not be aggressive, how to train it, how to raise it right. All of these things factor into what your dog is going to do or might possibly do. With that being said, first off, let me start off with this. Any animal, any dog, any cat, any bird, any animal that you bring into your house as a pet, uh, originally those animals were not house pets. They were living in the wild somewhere, and you know they have been turned into our house pets now. But here's the thing: if you take a small dog and you raise it to be mean, it will be mean. If you take a larger dog, which the sad fact with pit bulls is this: they have a bad reputation because people raise them to fight each other and kill each other. Uh, they raise them to be overprotective. They raise them to be mean a lot of times. I also know people that have had pit bulls and raised them to be loving and caring, and that's what they are. And at the same time, I know pit bulls that are around children from as a puppy, and they are raised correctly to know that that child is not to be, attacked or anything like that. They're very territorial. At the same time, those some of those same pit bulls would attack your neighbor or attack a stranger if they think that you was going to do harm to the child. Um, that's just how animals are. That's how animals are. Period. If you ever, I used to own birds, right? And as a bird owner, usually the bird you could have multi handlers, but usually the bird will take to one person in the household. It will be that person's pet. Whether you bought the pet or not for yourself, it could be your kid's pet, even though you didn't want it to be. It could be yours. It could be your wife's, your husband's, your sister's. Um, they take to one person overall, and they're very territorial. They'll probably never attack that one person, but there are other people in your family that it might let you hold and all these things. But it could always have the chance to attack you. And let me not get too far off subject. I just wanted to point that out. I have a pit bull boxer mix, and I have a Tibetan Spaniel, which is a smaller dog. He weighs about 18 pounds. I just want to say that as which one is more aggressive than the others, it's probably my smaller dog. He's more likely to bite a intruder in my house. Um, if somebody walks in front of my house, he's actually more likely to be the one. Even though my other dogs bark and go crazy, he is more likely to be the one that would try to attack that person, thinking that they were trying to get into his territory or harm anyone in his family. Um, but just a little story here. I'm not a dog expert. I had to learn my dogs. Um, my pit bull slash boxer, she was an accident basically. My friend's two dogs somehow got together when they weren't supposed to and had puppies. That's why they're a mixed breed. Um, but anyways, I've had her since she was a puppy, and I've had her since I've had my Tibetan Spaniel. And throughout time, she's about, I don't know, 3 or 4 years old now. When she turned about 2 years old, she attacked my smaller dog. I don't know the exact situation of how it happened. It just happened. And come to find out, after about 2 to 3 attacks where I was getting ready to get rid of her because I thought she was going to kill him because he's so small. And any dog will do this. They can get into that mode to where they fight to the death. Any dog. I don't care what breed. When they get into an altercation, if you can't break it up in time, they get in this train of thought. It's kind of like people getting in fistfights. You can't tell me that there aren't people that when they get in fistfights, that if the fistfight goes on too long, they don't get into that mode where they're trying to kill the other person. But so eventually, what I figured out is that I never got my dogs fixed. He's been fixed, but the pit bull boxer is a female, and she's never been fixed. And these things were mostly happening when she was in heat. So now that I've got her fixed, she's only attacked him once. It was much easier to break them up. And I know why they got in a fight. It's a territorial thing, it's a jealousy thing, and it's something that I have to constantly watch. Now, um, some of these stories that I'm reading, I don't have the stories up. I'm not doing a news report. I am doing an opinion of dogs from my standpoint. One of them was about a family that they had a small dog like a Chihuahua, right? And then they had, I think it was American Bulldogs. It wasn't even Pitbulls. It was American Bulldogs or whatever you want to call them. And they had puppies. One of the dogs had just had puppies. And the little girl, like 11 years old, sorry about that, guys, was running and chasing the Chihuahua into down the hall into the room to where the dogs had the brand new puppies, and evidently it scared the dog. The dog attacks the little girl. I don't know how bad she got hurt. She got hurt pretty bad, I think. She didn't die. And her mother came in and also got attacked trying to break it up. Now, all these people are leaving these comments talking about it's the dog's fault. It's the dog's fault. These dogs are aggressive. You can't have these dogs as pets. Here's the thing. No pet. No pet should you have children around when it has puppies. When a dog has puppies, it becomes very aggressive towards defending its puppies. It does not want to let you get near it because it thinks that you're going to hurt its puppies. Just like if somebody broke in your house and you had a newborn baby, what is the first thing you're going to protect? You, your materials, or your child? First thing you're going to do is run to your child. You're going to try to make sure that that person doesn't get near your child or hurt your child. It's just an instinct. It's a thing that happens. So if you're a dog owner and your dog somehow gets pregnant and it's going to have puppies, you have to separate that animal from children and strangers, and sometimes even from yourself. You need to give that dog enough privacy to where it's not going to hurt anybody. I mean, if you had a brother, right? Say you had a brother, and your brother was crazy, schizophrenic or something, right? You don't invite your friends over and leave him alone with your brother all the time because there's a possibility he could snap and do something he shouldn't do. So you would probably try to restrict that or always be around. I know we're talking about people and dogs. It's completely different though, but at the same time it's somewhat the same. When a dog has puppies, it becomes overprotective of those puppies for a certain amount of time. I remember my friend's dog had puppies, and I used to pet the dog, play with the dog, and for about a year, I could not go near the dog. He would almost fucking, like, try to come through the gate at me and attack me because his puppies were in the other room, and he didn't want me near his puppies. So, that's just another example. Certain animals, if they're not raised around kids and you throw them in an environment with kids, kids can do some fucked up foul shit when you're not looking. I've seen kids smack dogs in the nose and pinch them and poke them, and you just can't, you don't never know what's going to happen. I've seen adults mistreat their animals, and after a certain amount of time, out of nowhere, they're like, my dog attacked me. What was you doing? Oh, I was beating the dog. Like, they're beating the dog because it got in the trash or something, right? And they turned on me. Of course, if I keep beating your ass every day and you keep taking it, eventually, even if you don't think you can win the fight, you're going to fight back. You're going to attack me. These are the simple things that people need to learn about animals. If you have a female animal and she's not fixed, every time she goes into heat, there are going to be some problems. There will be problems with your dog. There are going to be problems with the neighborhood dogs that can sense that a dog is in heat. Like, I heard miles away. I don't know how far away, but trust me, I've seen my dogs in heat, and I've seen neighborhood stray dogs just come around and just be all up on my fence. Like I said, what it comes down to is you need to make sure, people need to make sure that they can control their animal, that they can learn how to take care of their particular animal. All animals are different, just like all people are different. They have to factor in, do they have kids? Do they plan on having kids? All these types of things. Do they plan on breeding their dog? Is their dog going to ever have puppies? I'm just saying that in most of these cases to where animals attack people, I normally tend to, after reading what happened, blame the person that owned the animal. The people that want to have animals need to learn how to care for their animal, take care of their animal, and there will be a lot less of these attacks. one other thing I want to point out that I fully believe in. I know people let their cats go out and they're like, oh, it's an outside cat. Oh, my dog's an outside dog. I am sick of seeing people let their dogs run around without a leash. I don't care how tame your dog is, I don't care how non aggressive your dog is. If you continue to leave your dogs running around out in the open without your supervision, which they should never be out in the open, they should be in a fenced in area, you are taking the risk of your dog accidentally running in the street and getting hit by a car. Maybe he barks at somebody and that person takes it the wrong way and attacks your dog. Maybe shoots your dog, kills your dog. Or there might be a situation to where your dog doesn't like someone and decides it wants to attack someone, and then whose fault is it? The dog's for attacking someone or the owner's? I feel like if a dog didn't accidentally break out of the yard or anything like that, and something like that happens to a person, to where a person gets mauled by a dog, that dog should not be put to sleep. It should be put in somewhere where someone that knows how to take care of it can take care of it, and the person that owns that dog that let it run wild should be the one responsible for anything that happens between the dog and another person. I don't know. These are my opinions. These are my feelings. And like I said, I'm just trying to clear it up. Any animal can be aggressive. There's animals that can attack you, turn on you. There are animals that never will do that. And it all comes down to us as human beings that want to have pets and don't want to put the time in to learn their animals, learn how to take care of their animals. And that's all I got to say. If you liked the video, please drop a like. If you enjoyed the video or whatever, share it. Leave me some comments. Leave me your opinions. Don't make this a war. I don't want to make it a war about, how you feel that this dog is bad and this dog is good. But, like I said, I'm just tired of animals getting a bad rap, especially different breeds of animals getting a bad rap because of the way that they've been raised, treated, and things like that. I'm out. Peace.